journo's back here. Well, it's been a while actually.
It has.
The Walker Activity Dome, where we see some great football, don't we?
We do, particularly from you.
Oh, thank you.
Jordan's coming again tonight. Charlie Bennett.
Oh, for Newcastle World Game.
Yes, he's been called in. We've had Craig Hope here a few weeks. Friend of the channel,
Yeah.
of course. Craig Hope's played his last few weeks as well.
Yes, and we wanted to do a video because busy week for us, but hey, we're all together tonight, or you and me are right now. So
So this is the Thursday night Saturday show.
yeah,
Sorry about that, but it's the way things work.
yeah. But we want to make a video. The videos have been well received recently, and there's been a bit more to talk about. Pre-season's underway, signings through the door, hopefully announced by the time you guys are watching this. And yeah, what I wanted to start with is pre-season now is underway.
Yeah.
What do we want to see from pre-season? But you have something also you want to maybe get off your chest.
Yeah, so I think that's what we're going to hang on till towards the end of this show, is that we've got some views on certain things around the football club, which I think will be worth, after the ad breaks, worth just hanging around for, because you might agree with it, you might not, and I'd be really interested to know in the comments whether you do.
Yeah, you've sort of dropped a few snippets here and there, and,
Yeah.
and this is your chance, your platform.
Yes, the definitive opportunity to vent my true feelings
Okay.
on Newcastle United.
Okay. But for now, signings through the door. Anthony Elanga. Newcastle's pre-season officially gets underway with a game on the 19th of July at Celtic Park. Again,
Playing behind closed doors against anybody?
potentially.
I thought them
Potentially.
Yeah.
Also flying over to Austria for training camp, 5 days. Then they go in to Singapore, play Arsenal, then Korea, they play K-League 11, then Spurs. Then, just to sum it all up, fly back on the 8th, they play Espanyol, and then on the 9th, Atletico Madrid. A good Stella Cup this season.
I'm looking forward to that. I've got tickets to take the kids on the Saturday against Atletico.
I'm missing it all.
You are. You are.
Clever man.
Very good reason.
His entire honeymoon through Newcastle's pre-season, but Celtic, so that's good.
Go on, tell people where you're going, man. It's lush.
No,
No, you like to keep it private, a little bit of privacy.
yeah, maybe after the Celtic game,
Right.
where it'll be like you won't see me until after that.
Exotic Dom.
Yeah, that's nice. But yeah, pre-season is underway. What we're wanting to see from Newcastle this pre-season, because I thought last pre-season was a bit of a mess, really, wasn't it? A little bit, where things were up in the air. Speaking to players over in Japan, there was a lot of uncertainty around the club last summer after the PSR situation, and there's a bit of frustration as well, and then the lack of transfer activity as well. I spoke with Jordan the other week. We're over in Japan trying to fluff up the signing of Lloyd Kelly and John Ruddy and Odysseus Vakadimos. Hopefully we'll get a bit more to be encouraged by this summer. And first name through the door, Anthony Elanga, top target. What we're wanting to see from Newcastle this pre-season, Liam, before that big game on August the 16th at Aston Villa.
I'm wanting to see a little bit of improvement in terms of, not improvement, I want to see a little bit more of development of Eddie Howe's sort of armoury. I want to see what he's got in his locker. I want to see what experiments he poses in that little period, because we've heard lots of bits and bobs about sort of potential changes he would like to make and alterations, and I'm really intrigued to see how that plays out. He has used pre-season as an experimental time. Across in America and Japan, he used experimental.
So Linton played centre-back for about 20 minutes in Japan.
He did, yeah. But he was experimental the year before, where he'd used sort of 3 at the back and things like that, where he almost actually he dangled the carrot of throwing off the opposition manager, knowing that Aston Villa were playing on the first day of the season. He'd played a totally different system and formation, and then he went and did it in the cup final. It was almost the warm up to that, wasn't it? But no, I want to see more of that. I'm really intrigued to see some of the players in the level below the first team. I know we're talking a lot about strikers and want to get players in and etc., but I'm hearing a lot of positivity from the coaching staff about Sean Neve, and I'm really interested to see. I know he's a player that Eddie Howe really wants to keep around the place. Look, it might be that the summer develops and he sends him somewhere. I think it sounds like he wants to see him develop at Newcastle United. And I'm not saying this from any experience of watching him. I've seen him a couple of times, and I thought it was good. I liked what I saw. I saw him for the 18s not long back, and again for the 21s last season, and I like what I saw. So I'm not speaking from a massive amount of experience here, but I'm listening to what people are saying, and they really like looking. So I'm interested to see him in and around the first team. Leo Sahar, he had loads of good things about him as well. I'm interested to see what he's like. There's probably a few others as well that I'm kind of... Will Asula's going to get more minute?
I think he's a big one because it's a big season ahead for him, and there's been sort of conflicting reports. Will he go out on loan? Will he stay? My understanding is Newcastle's plan is for him to stay around the place. That could change depending on the calibre of striker they bring in, which is another story entirely. But at the moment, Newcastle being encouraged by what they've seen of Will Asula on the training ground, even glimpses in games. But is he the man to be the second choice to Alexander Isak just yet? Probably not.
Do you know what he had? Do you know, again, I've done a bit of feeling around asking about the situation with Asula, because it was baffling a lot of people last season why he didn't get more minutes ahead of Callum Wilson. And some of the information I've getting back is enlightening to some extent, and kind of fits to type the way that Eddie Howe manages his players. We know that he doesn't often just throw people in if they don't know. If they don't know how to work in an Eddie Howe team.
Yeah.
It took Lewis Hall a year to get to that point. It's taken other players 6 games, 10 games, 12 games, a couple of games. They're all different. But Eddie Howe has a very particular way of playing football. Very, very structured in direction, in, how would you call it? Sort of like there'll be words, or there'll be moments where it'll be like, right, this is where I want you to switch.
Like regimented.
Yes, very structured in the way that he does things, and I think you have to know that playbook.
Yeah,
and I don't think Will Asula, what I'm hearing, got up to speed with that playbook as quick as maybe others could. So that's possibly why I'm hoping he's had a summer where he's got his head down and done some revising, and we'll see him much better, because he looks like he's got all of the tools to me.
Yeah,
and I want to see him get minutes. I want to see him in pre-season. There's others in and around who no doubt go with them. The likes of Alfie Harrison. I've heard some decentish things about him. You?
Yeah, but it's interesting, the players who did return with the first team this week. Alfie Harrison wasn't one of them.
Yeah, he wasn't.
So you had Alfie Harrison with the 21s, yet you had Sean Neve, Leo Sahar, and
Mimunda was there, wasn't he?
Possibly.
I thought I'd seen him. Maybe I didn't.
He was in and around the first team last pre-season as well, and I've been quite impressed by him as well. So it's maybe sort of a statement of where Newcastle's sort of hierarchy of the young lads is.
Well, that's what I'm saying about the one I've always said. Have I ever said that? Have I ever said my thoughts on Alfie Harrison?
Yes.
Have I? Yeah, I think he's very slight.
I like.
Yeah, I like him technically as a footballer. I just think possibly a long way off being a Premier League footballer as things stand.
Yeah, people attach a £3 million price tag to him. That's not the case, by the way.
Who did that?
Newcastle paid next to nought for Alfie Harrison. Every additional fee is based on whether he makes a Premier League appearance and things like that. That's what they paid to Man City. Man City made nothing. Very little out of that.
Let's do this. Oh, let's go there.
You want to go?
No, this isn't where I was going to go at the end, but I'll go here now. Honestly, this social media, man, the culture that's built on Twitter, you just make stuff up, man. Stop doing it for clicks and likes. Stop doing it for money. That's all this is, revenue-driven rubbish on Twitter. I have seen I'm not going to say I know everything. Don doesn't know everything, but we know a bit. And I've seen so many fabrications this summer. I've said it on here a million times, and I'll go blue in the face saying it. Just be careful who you trust and be careful who you believe, because it's rubbish, most of it.
Yeah, Twitter or X is probably stay clear of it almost. Yeah, well, we're very much on it.
We have to be.
Yes.
If I didn't work in this industry, I would never look at it. It's a grim place. Not because of all the crap that goes on. I'm not really bothered about all of that. It's literally the grifters who are literally just putting rubbish out to make money because they've monetized their accounts. And people look and go, well, Liam, you've got a blue tick, blah, blah, blah. I've got it for work. That's what my blue tick is. Jordan has one that you haven't got one of it.
No,
you're okay. I'm beneath. Well, I respect that. I respect that. But look, I don't do that. People look. Somebody came at me recently and went, you've only got that because it monetized every interaction you get paid. I'm like, my account on Twitter is not monetized. I make zero from doing it. And in this world where I'm 38 years old now, I haven't really got much interest in doing things and wasting my time that I don't make money off. But what is the point?
Yeah. Blue ticks have almost had the adverse effect of what they used to be. It used to be like a seal of authenticity and
I thought you could have the original twice over. I got it.
I have one.
Then got it back.
Yeah, but now it's anyone can buy a blue tip.
Yeah.
Pre-season.
Yeah. Stay off Twitter.
Yeah, no, one player who I mentioned in the last video, and look, people might roll their eyes when I say that, I think it's a big pre-season for Joe White. And that's only because you're looking at the Sean Longstaff situation.
Yeah.
Joe White has, I think, maybe a year left on his contract. He's playing for his future now, really. Is he going to go out on loan again? Is he going to leave the club entirely? I think he'll get an early look in pre-season and then a decision will be made on him. So I'll be interested to see just how he fits into the team. I'm not saying I'm expecting big things from him, just to see
Taking a place in the squad.
Eddie Howe's plan for him. That's what I'd be interested to find out.
Like, it wouldn't be the worst decision in the world to keep him around. He's a good player. But is he of the level?
That's what we'll sort of find out.
Oh, hay fever. Should we cut that? Leave it in?
Yeah, just leave it in. I think Willis Sula is obviously a big one, goes without saying. And then hopefully players like Lewis Hall will maybe see towards the back end of pre-season as well.
Yeah, it'd be good to see Joe Linton back in a shirt. It'd be good to see Lewis Hall at some point, you would hope.
Yeah.
And a few others as well. Sven Botman needs to be a big one.
Yeah, that's a big
He needs to play 30-odd games this season.
Yeah.
Because there is doubt. Whether it's built on any, we don't see the medical evidence. Well, I think for him, for the manager, for the football club and for the fans, we need to see 30-plus games from him this season. Because he's the best. In ability, he's the best centre-half at the football club, but he's behind the other two as things stand because of his injury situation.
Yeah.
And I want to see him play 30-odd games.
Yes. Another thing, goalkeeper situation, you want to see some movement there.
I think we'll play 2.
They could. Eddie Howe ripping up the rule book and starting 2 goalkeepers. No, but hopefully there's some... We're expecting some sort of... Actually, we can't go there because it's...
Not really, because it'll date. Yeah.
But you'd want to see that goalkeeper situation addressed in some way because they've currently got 6 goalkeepers.
It will.
And you sort of gauge who is going to be the starting goalkeeper for... We've built up in it.
Addressed it. The Greeks probably they're going to have to get rid of him on loan. They're stuck with him because of the PSR value and how much he's worth on the books. You're not going to be able to sell him unless somebody pays about 15, 16 million for him. Not going to happen. The rest... Dubravka will go if they sign Trafford, and we'll see. That could go either way. Trafford. It sounds. I don't think they're a million miles away, but it depends what Newcastle United want to spend their budget on, and we discussed it in the lab.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a priority.
Yeah, there'll be 30+ if they do get him. Never mind this 25, 27, whatever. It'll be 30+ if they get him.
Well, let's see.
Well, shall we spray for Ags and then come to her?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All the Geordie Journos sponsors details are down below, and this is a few words from them via Don.
Comply IT Limited. Worrying about disposing of your old IT equipment? Don't be. Comply IT handle everything. Secure collection, detailed tracking, and certified data destruction. That's Comply IT Limited. Four Rivers Financial Planning offer holistic financial advice for all stages of life, ensuring your plan remains robust and adaptable in the ever-changing world we live in. So those were our 2 sponsors, links in the description below. And if you like what we do, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe for all your latest Geordie Journos content. We'll try and bring you all the news, all the sort of talk surrounding Newcastle United, and we can't wait to get back to games. We'll be at Celtic for the opening pre-season game. But first, Liam, you teased it in the first half of the show. If this has been bubbling under the surface, you made a couple of swipes in recent videos, and now here's your platform. Newcastle United on the pitch, no complaints, really.
Yes.
What do you want to say about the club?
Right. So, I look at Newcastle United nearly 4 years on from a majority DIF takeover. And I've got to say, I'm really happy. Every day that goes forward, knowing the way the football club is, my respect for that manager, Eddie Howe, goes up by the day. I think it's an incredible job that he's done. The body of work he's had over the 3.5 years is absolutely remarkable. Maybe some of the first couple of years can be justified. The last 1.5 years is remarkable work, genuinely remarkable work. So I have no complaints there. And to have won a trophy last season and got back in the Champions League, it's just brilliant, unbelievable. I think he's been hindered by the football club around him at every turn. I think there is a lack of leadership a lack of executives, a lack of people who make proper decisions, almost ownership model who are asleep at the wheel, the way that they're going about things. I think Newcastle United have got nothing to show for the takeover to end all takeovers 4 years on. And all I want, because when this comes from, for me, this, and it might sound negative, I'm not really being negative, it's because I want more from this football club. This is my football.
Scratching the surface and going digging deeper. Yeah, I get.
This is my football club. It's yours as well out there. And what I want is, if PIF walked away, which I've heard nothing to suggest they are, by the way, but that's just hypothetical. If they want to walk away tomorrow, what is there to show for this takeover and all takeovers? There's been no training ground, no promises kept with regards to development around the city, around the football club, no stadium, but there's a bigger wage bill, better players, and they appointed a very good manager. They haven't appointed great chief executives. They haven't appointed great sporting directors. They haven't appointed great commercial directors. Where is the genuine, tangible progress? If PIF walked away, I want to see that there's been, until the spade's in the ground, I remain sceptical about the positivity of this project.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I don't think it'll happen. I think it will. This is possibly more about the speed of progress. The team and the manager and the players have almost built a facade and a fake success over the top of a football club that has actually been quite amateurish at times. That's what I've got to get off my chest. And people might not like it. Well, I might get loads of criticism for that, but that's my view.
So you
Like your lumpy.
the end results of Newcastle on the pitch do not add up with what is going on behind the
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And you can go back to February or maybe even January, where we were outside the training ground. I mean, you wrote the story on Newcastle World about how the training ground had been given the green light, and you were like, great, this is the sign of some actual tangible progress and something to sort of hang your hat on. And
Where is it?
it's July now.
There's been nothing happened. There's been some suggestions there might be a bit further forward on the land in particular, but there's been nothing. I got that story. I've been putting feelers out and trying to get more information. Not a thing. The stadium, it'll happen soon. Oh, it'll happen soon. And it'll happen soon again. I've heard it might not even be the next announcement. Might not even be anything tangible. Is that...
They're changing the badge, though.
Oh, exactly. Who modernise the football club? Build a bloody training ground so that, honestly, so that when you take transfers, world level transfers into there where the manager wants them, the sporting director, whoever else is in there, everybody's worked really hard to get that foot in the door. They walk round and go, it's like a sports centre. It's like a fancy sports. It's not quite the Walk of Dome. No, you know what I mean. It's like it's not Premier League top end standard. You don't take top end signings into our training ground and they go, wow. Newcastle United 4 years on. It doesn't even count towards PSR, Dom. It doesn't even. Honestly.
I saw a comment the other day on Twitter. It looks like a Milan Cortez.
I seen that. Yeah, that was quite good. It is spot on. Looks like the one I got that ball. Spot on, yes.
Yeah, I'll get a bit of beef dripping sauce on this.
I like
Lovely.
that little onion thing at the side was there. That's nice. That's nice.
See, any local who knows of Milan Court, I'll be buzzing when they...
Am I being daft, Dom?
Not really. What I would say, I think the club could come back at you a little bit and go, well, we have, in terms of commercial growth, one of the biggest growing clubs on the planet, if not the biggest, in terms of year-on-year commercial growth from a very low base, to be fair.
Wins. That's the way I see it.
But you go every single year, we speak with Darren Eales and Simon Kappa about the finances and how things have improved. And year on year, it's not just tangible, like small things, it's something really tangible, and it's almost doubling year on year, which I'd say is a positive sign. But that's not something we necessarily feel. That's written on a piece of paper, really.
Yeah.
So what would you say to that?
I think it's easy wins. That's the way I've always looked at it. It was coming from such a low base. Newcastle just had to start doing the basics right to build the football club in the right direction. When they've done that, they've put the club going in the right direction. I've got no complaints about that. I wish it could have been faster. I don't think signing a multi-year deal as a luxury brand sponsor with Phoenix is going to turn the dial. I think going to get you world-class players.
No.
As good as that synergy is with a real Newcastle brand, it ain't going to turn the dial for you. Adidas might, but we don't know the details of that.
Not yet.
And the open goals were Saudi aeroplane sponsor. Saudi, it's all Saudi.
Yeah.
They were given those on a
Our pins.
tap ins. Where's the rest? Where's the training ground sponsor? I've seen lovely training kit come out this week. Well, training kit sponsor. Where is it?
Yeah.
Why? No reason.
That's the thing. But people watching this might go, well, why?
Are we asking them?
Yes.
I've asked that question. Haven't got a really much of an answer to give.
No.
It's frustrating.
It is, yeah.
It only comes from a good place, though. It doesn't come from a bad place. It comes because I want progress.
It's a football club moving forward quite quickly on the pitch, but with a handbrake on, maybe.
Yes. That's what I mean. I don't think the football club's direction is as quick as the team. I think the team is overtaking the speed at which the trajectory of the football
And
club.
that's a problem when you're looking further ahead in terms of retaining players.
Retaining and signing.
Yeah.
It means the football team looks great on paper, but then scratch the surface and it's like, training ground ain't great. Can you offer top end money? No, because the commercial side and the money isn't developing as quickly as it should. So it's a football club that has massive challenges. And I think some of them are achievable, and some of them are fixable by those at the top of the football club. But I want to see them get their act together. I just want a chief executive who stays for 10 years. I want to see a sporting director stay around and actually sporting direct, and it'd be something not sports direct though. Sporting direct, where like you almost feel like there's a proper plan in place, and he sticks around and he works with the manager, and then if there's another one after that, he works with him and he builds something tangible, something that you can say that's the Newcastle United way. That's what a sporting director is to me, and I hope they do some of that and get a bit more professional in that respect.
Is the club suffering from an identity crisis at all, or do you think it has an identity because Eddie Howe has established such a certain way
The team
of
does.
playing? Yeah, but do you think the club?
The team does. I don't think the club has an identity at the minute.
Right.
I think that comes from the appointments. I think Amanda gave the club an identity. The day that Amanda left, the identity left, in my opinion.
No.
And I'm not saying she was perfect, but
About a year ago, too.
far from it. But the club had a figurehead and identity, and they need to bring some of that back.
Right. That's a good note to end on. Not a negative video by an app. It's just almost like a call to action.
By the way, all the way through this video.
I've just had a run to go get a ball for them.
Yeah,
Ball boy.
you are. It's as good as you are.
Conference League qualifier, isn't it?
Crystal Palace.
Touchy. Actually, that could date.
Yeah, good day. Yeah, good.
But yeah, we'll wrap up there. Thank you for watching our Saturday morning slot show. That's not as catchy as the Saturday show.
Saturday.
But if you like what we do, of course, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll be back in our next Geordie Journos video next week. If there's some news or breaking updates or something we just want to talk about, to do a midweek video. If not, we'll see you next Saturday. Thanks for watching.